Sunday. It's Sunday. I decided to come on early because I don't want to come on later. How is everybody? Can't see y'all. How's everybody doing? Boom, boom, boom. Totally raining here. Totally raining. Can't see anybody. Oh, I'm scared now. No one's here. I'm not scared. How is everybody? Oh, there you are. Okay, there you are. Yeah, I kind of crawled out of bed. Like a weirdo, and it's totally raining. So the rain is like messing everything up. It's messing everything up. I'm upset. Oh, there's Huntington Beach. I know where you are. I can get to you. And Palm Springs, I can get to you too. I wish I was in Palm Springs. I'd be driving home from Palm Springs right now. But I didn't go to Palm Springs. You're in bed where I was. Ventura, absolutely. Niagara Falls, not so much. Oh my God, you had Reiki. I'm like, oh my good, you had Reiki. I meant, oh my God, you had Reiki. Yeah, how is everybody? Oh my goodness, y'all, Kansas City. I talk like I'm Southern, y'all. Manchester, UK. Redlands, I can get through Redlands. I drive through you on the way to Palm Springs. Not through you personally, but through Redlands. Texas, North Carolina, Minnesota, Florida. Glasgow, very cool. Somewhere, Ohio. Toronto, my people. Cuban sister from Florida. Cuba, Cuban. Thunder Bay. Oh, okay. I got to tell a Thunder Bay story. I used to go camping in Thunder Bay. We used to camp on the rocks and swim, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Freezing as hell and far removed from society, but I don't know what it's like anymore. Texas, Venezuela, Indianapolis. I'm so glad we're all on the internet. It's so cool. It's fantastic. Okay, so I had adventures. Jamaica. Oh my gosh, Victoria, BC. Okay, so I had adventures. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Somewhere New York. Oh, New York. I'm like New Mexico, somewhere from New York. Somerset, UK. Okay, Illinois, Portugal. Oh my God, I love you guys. Kentucky, you're from all over. I go, hey y'all, like I'm from the South, honestly. Like I'm from Kentucky. Hey y'all. Florida. Palm Springs again. I'm gonna have to come visit Palm Springs. Okay. I'm gulping tea. Okay, so I had adventures climbing. I was climbing Pakistan. Oh my goodness, West Covina. Well, you're definitely right. Actually, I get my nails done in West Covina. So there you go. I'm in your neck of the woods all the time. Yeah, New Orleans. Okay, Thunder Bay still sucks. Well, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, Thunder Bay, but oh, Palm Springs. I know. Oh, it is. Yeah, I haven't been hiking out there, but this right now. I went hiking here and I did 2 days in a row. So I went up and down, 2 days in a row to get my strength. Azusa, I go by you too, obviously. Seattle, many times at Christmas, driving to Trail, British Columbia or Vancouver, either Spokane or Seattle. We get off on the American side, hop across the border and drive, which was super fun to go Palm Desert. Been there many times. Wait, no, it doesn't. Thunder Bay is great. There you go. Thunder Bay is great. Yeah, I didn't say it sucked. Somebody else said it sucked. I just wondered because it's been a long time since I've been there. Saskatchewan, let's see. I guess at Mississauga, I know it well. Saskatchewan, not so well. But anyway, so I had this, I look like a little weirdo pixie because it's raining and my hair is stuck together. I can't even get it out. Yeah, let's see. Yep, smuggling potatoes across the border, Spokane and Seattle. Exactly. Well, you know that. Y'all drive to the border in Canada to buy food, but now, and gas and fill up. But now here, I think I filled my little car up. It was, even at Costco, was $38. 38. Toronto lockdown was extended. Yeah. I'm a style queen who's not a style queen. I threw a turtleneck on and I'm wearing pajama bottoms. No, I'm wearing leggings. What else do I wear? I thought about it. I was watching that TV show, Halston, you know, about the designer. And I've always wondered at those fashion shows, seriously, I have not found a van yet and I'm still looking. I always wonder at those fashion shows with all those big poofy dresses and those weird clothes, like who's wearing that shit, right? Just got my wisdom teeth out. My God, I never took mine out. That's why these went bucky again. I put braces on the front like 3 times, but I'm not going to pull these out because I can't. Anyway, yeah, I can't. Wait, Ventura in the house. Of course, Ventura in the house, there all the time. Yeah, I like the gray van life. No, I'm going to do the van and I'm going to get the hell out of Dodge because I know something's getting ready. Karl Lagerfeld. Yeah. No, I was watching the Halston one. And of course, the whole movie is him like getting laid, not even really picking up hookers, whatever, anyway, and snorting cocaine. And I'm like, oh, well, that's great. Our fashion industry is run by a lunatic who's like having gay sex all the time. At truck stops, apparently, which didn't seem right to me, but they kept putting it in that movie. Wisdom teeth, yes. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. I know they say the mask designer clothes are goofy. Yeah, they are, and I don't know what I mean, some isn't. Oh, some. I guess you could wear some. Like some of the designs are okay. Like I mean, if you're going wherever the hell you're going. Yeah, it's white blonde. It's also smushed down from the rain. It's totally white blonde because I shampooed the purple in it, but you can see my darks coming in. Look, and look at, it's crazy from the rain. And then I'm going to get coffee because I didn't get coffee. I did go running though and smoking. Wait, what am I smoking? I'm not smoking. Okay. Pluto, Venus, sixth house. Yeah, probably. No, I'm kidding. People always go, is my astrology chart bad? Because I've got this, that, and the other. And I'm like, you do realize everything moves in transits as you live. Like as your ass grows bigger and, you know, I'm kidding. As our bodies grow, our astrology charts morph. So they move, okay? Things move. And then transits go in and out of charts. So different stuff happens throughout your life. There you go. You need to tell me why I have a loaded fifth house. I have so much in there. You just have a loaded fifth house because you're focused on that. Let's see. Vlogger, designer, dress. Okay, I just missed that. Wisconsin. Let's see what happens when me and my guy have the same moon sign, Leo. Nothing. It means you have a synastry between the two of you. It's a synastry. I mean, it depends what's in his chart. He might have a Leo moon and it might have, some other planet up its ass and you don't. So he might be more agitated than you. Doesn't really matter, right? I had nothing in the fifth either, but let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you guys this about astrology. I had nothing in my fifth house. Pluto moved into my fifth house. All of those Capricorn planets moved in there. So I had nothing natally. When those planets moved in there is when Keithy died. Literally, death of a child. Aspected, of course, opposing Mars. But that's what happened. What I'm saying to you is I wasn't born with that, but the transits came right around. So there you go. What is going to happen in the coming weeks? I just did an astrology video before this. I've got to edit it and put it up. By edit it, I mean cut out my stupid remarks and then put it up. Please review your live 2020. Very interesting. What did I say? Remind me what I said. I don't know what I said. I'll never go back and listen to myself ever. Unless that's when I was talking about Jimmy was here. Yeah, because he did keep coming in here. And we had those eclipses in July. I think July. Oh my God, I can't even remember. Those eclipses, and we're coming. Wait, is communism here? I think it pretty much is. We have retrograde right now. I mean, we're going on the 23rd. We're going into retrograde. Saturn retrograde. And it's square. I did the video though. We're going into retrograde and we're going retrograde in Mercury on the 29th. And we're having a full total lunar eclipse and a full moon in Sagittarius. But it was triggered last year in May when the nodes changed. Anyway, I did the video about that. Prolific sign about Keith. Yeah, I'm pretty, well, yeah, I know I saw his brother here. So I figured, I just didn't figure. You know what? Fully out is my guess. Fully out. Don't know. Buenos Aires. Same birthday as Keithy. Aw, that's so cute. December 18th that lives with Virgos. Okay, if the blanket's moving, I can't help it. I do nothing to the blanket. I don't even wash it anymore. It stays there. I don't let anybody sit there. Lila sat there for a second. And then she jumped up because she thought Keithy was there, which was so cute. Yeah, Mercury retrograde. I'm a Gemini. Exactly. Is there a face in the blanket again? Probably, but I really can't see. Sloan Beauty. Heather didn't even see that. All right. Okay. Is surgery okay? Oh, well, no, we're coming up. Wait, what day is this? Where are we? So, oh, it's the 16th. So yeah, you could do surgery right now, but remember on the 26th, we have a full moon. There's another December 18th. We have a full, wait, do you know a psychic in Fort Worth? No, I don't. I'm getting a tummy tuck. Bravo. I'd love to get one. Woo woo. Okay, good. But don't get it before the eclipse. 7 days before and a full moon, 7 days after. And don't do it, my boy. Oh, I'm sorry. Giselle, your son, I'm sorry. I know, I hate that. I hate when children die. I hate it. And then you lost 120 pounds. That's so good. I'm thinking with surgery, if it's Venus retrograde, do not do cosmetic surgery on a Venus retrograde. Don't. I don't care what they say. Okay. Oh, thanks for the super chat. Sorry, I'm not even looking at these. My friend is having a leeway. I'm wondering if you could tell me if for the birth chart, do you clock the time? Oh, that's a good one. Okay, I'll tell you that in a second. The third anarchist, wait, is the third anarchist among us? Did you say anarchist or antichrist? Antichrist. I'm like anarchist. I'm like, wait, third, what? Okay, so it's about Keith. I probably won't listen to my videos again. I never go over anything I do after I've done it because I can't bear it. I can't listen to myself. I hate it. And I never watch TV shows I've done. Oh, there's Jana. Yeah. Okay, I'm worried about my youngest son. Should I be? Okay, I don't worry about him. Okay, so first question. Wait, what was the first question? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay, first question, when you have a baby. Now, this is what I did when I pushed my babies out. Okay, so I wasn't sure, and there's two schools of thought, how you clock the time. When the baby crowns, so the body's out, like the head and the body's out, or when you cut the cord. I ran the charts for cutting the cord, and it seems to be pretty exact. I had John right there, literally with a stopwatch, and he wrote every second down, like the head's out, this, stopwatch on the time. So I did it when we cut the cord. Here's the thing. If you are in the hospital, I had home births. If you're in the hospital and the nurse puts the baby on you and the umbilical's still attached, that baby's already out, technically not breathing on his own because the umbilical's there, right? So cut. Yeah, no, I did. I didn't stop. I wanted my child's chart is immaculate. Keith died within 1 minute of when it said he would die in his chart, like 1 minute, 1 degree. I'm sorry, 1 degree. So it's pretty fucking accurate. Not that I wanted to read that in it, but it is pretty accurate. So you want to, I would say if the nurse, like if you're fully like awake when you're giving birth and the baby comes out, cut the cord. Like don't cut it, because sometimes they put the baby on you and then they cut it. That's 1 or 2 or 3 minutes, right? So that does change certain things. It doesn't change a lot, but usually I find in hospital births, you got to rectify the chart maybe back 10 minutes or 15, because sometimes they don't even write it down on the birth certificate. Like they don't, the nurse, she's busy checking the baby or whatever, right? And doing all of that stuff. And then that's what happens. Yeah. 518 is fine because you're 8 days out of the eclipse. So you're good. 5 days either side of a full moon eclipse. And we have a total lunar eclipse. So 5 days out. What I would say to you when you're doing the time though, is as soon as the baby comes out, tell them, cut that cord, cut it, and then do it. Antichrist, yeah, you put anti like you're Antichrist. You're the old auntie. I don't know if the Antichrist is here or not. I don't even know what to think of it. They say the Antichrist is rising out of Italy, right? Wouldn't it be funny if George Clooney was the Antichrist? Okay, sorry, I don't know where that came from. Just saying. Yeah, this is, I don't know what makeup this is. I threw more makeup over makeup, which is a thing. Yeah, I don't know. George Clooney. I'm going to spread that rumor. George Clooney is the Antichrist. I thought it was Obama, but it could be, I guess. I don't know who it is, so I really don't. I know, right? I know. I just thought out of Italy, George would be hot as the Antichrist. His wife, Pope Antichrist. I know. Well, Jared Kushner, that's interesting. But they say too that the Antichrist has. It struck me as funny because they say he comes out of Italy, and who's in Italy? But George. That's right, George Clooney the clown. I know, right? That doofus. Although he has gotten better looking as he's gotten older. I'll say that. Axl Rose. I don't think so. But I'm anti-George Clooney. Me too. He makes me crazy. 11:11. It doesn't mean anything, love. It's just your time. It's 11:11. They call those angel numbers. I don't know if I believe that fully. But in numerology, 11:11 is a 4. Hillary Clinton. No, I think it's a guy. He came out of Maysville. Yes, George did, but George lives in Italy. That's right. I don't think it's Mickey Rourke. He seems too ineffective. I mean, like too passive. The Antichrist is the Pope. Well, they've been saying that. I'm having surgery in 9 days. If it's, no, you're going to be fine. Your surgery's already booked. You're either going to live or you die. But I'm saying, like, if you're planning a cosmetic surgery, don't do it before an eclipse or a full moon. Let's see. George was sent to, okay. Well, what I'm saying is, though, I don't know about Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke was sure good looking before he hit the cosmetic surgeons, right? But he got his face punched in from boxing. So I don't know if that's like fully whatever. My friend is having, oh, I love the at-home birth. Well, actually, it was quite painful. And I'm going to refrain from mentioning my vagina in tonight's talk because I did that last time. Is it Billy Idol? No. Why would it be Billy Idol? Yeah, I don't know about Billy Idol. Can you see? Yes, you can see death in an astrology chart. You absolutely can see death in an astrology chart. And you can see it. And it gets hit and hit and hit again. Yeah, we have eclipse on the 26th. I'm going to put my astrology video up yet. I just did it, so I'm not going to talk about it now. I'm on early so I can get my studio cleaned and, you know, find coffee and not be exhausted and then get up and run. Get up and run and run and run and run. Yeah, Pluto really shifted my life when my chart. You could see the death of Dewey in my chart, and you could see the death in his chart, and you could see the death on the nodal axis of Jason's chart. Good, 4 miles. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, twin flames. You know, I don't. Okay, how do I want to word this? In the psychic community, we won't expect it, but will it throw us off? Wait, a female president? Don't we have? Isn't she already in there, Sloan? Did you have that thing? Big hair band guys. Did I? No, I never really liked Bon Jovi. You know what? Truthfully, I can't stay focused on music. My friends in music, I like their bands, but I was kind of Led Zeppelin or Black Sabbath, really, and Michael Jackson. I hate to say it, but it's true. And Queen. I was a huge fan of Queen, but I never focused. I never did like Bon Jovi, but that's for a different reason. That's just a different personal reason there. Not a huge fan of that, but that doesn't mean anything, right? Yeah, so, you know, whatever. Let's see. Ooh, color therapy someone's been doing. Virgo North Node. I'm a sucker for, yeah, I don't care. I don't have a type of man, as you can see. I just don't have a man, so I don't have a type, right? I've been doing color therapy. You recommend it. Oh, that's so good. So good. Yeah, I don't have, that's good. I need some therapy. I need Donny Osmond and Cher. Never liked Cher. Couldn't stand the beginning of her show. Couldn't stand that she came out with her hair doing that. It bugged the fuck out of me. I was like, oh, it's like nails on a chalkboard with her, but it doesn't mean she can't sing. But you know what? You know where I lost respect for Cher, truthfully? I lost respect, and I don't know her personally. And she's her own person, so whatever. And visit them Sloan, I have prophetic dreams and visit them sometimes years later. Oh, that's great. What I didn't like about Cher is, you know, when she was all pro-transgender, that didn't bother me that she was that, but she was pro that until both her kids were that. And then she was like, no, this shouldn't happen. She had problems with it. So she was all pro all that until it happened to her. And so that, I mean, at least she was honest. I'll grant you that. But it was interesting. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I got yelled at. Some woman came on here from the last chat and she was like going, you know, you're not losing freedoms. You're not a minority. And I was like, here we go, white shaming again. I will not, wait, I didn't like that Cher straightened her nose. Yeah, well, but yeah, anyway, she kept saying something and I'm like, are you white shaming me? Like, are you assuming because I come under this white skin that I haven't experienced anything in life and only you've experienced it, lady? Anyhow, She was stupid because we right now are in the middle of losing most of our freedoms, right? Anyone? Yeah, I just said I was watching the Halston show and there's too much like gay sex in it. Sorry, I had to say it. I just can't look. I'm just like, okay, no, I can't. I just can't. Because I don't want to see sex of anybody, gay or straight, in a movie. I just want to see the story. So, like, if I want to watch porn, it wasn't really porn. It was like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to see it anymore. I just don't. Mm-mm. I really don't. Don't yell at our Sloan. Exactly. I have to use that. No, that woman, she got so mad at me. She kept going on and on about, you don't really know what it's like a minority. And I'm like, you know what, you stupid person. Number one, we are literally losing our freedoms right now. Literally. Halston, the show Halston, of the designer. And I forgot about Halston until I saw his clothing on the show. And I'm like, oh, I remember that shit. Which it wasn't the worst shit I've ever seen. I mean, some designers stuff, it's like, oh my God, slap you right in the head, right? Yeah, women are a minority, but she was assuming because I had white skin, they love to white shame. I can't get rid of my skin color any more than a black person, a Chinese person, a Turkish person, a Cuban person. I can't get rid of my skin color. So like you, I can't, but it doesn't mean you're not a minority or haven't experienced whatever in life, obviously. Okay, so that's just an ignorant statement, and I can't tolerate it. No, I don't believe in the 13th zodiac sign. Sorry. Yeah, I just couldn't, I can't tolerate. I don't think she was a troll. She was right. She wasn't just saying it. She was actually like writing stuff. But it's interesting because sometimes we think we're the only victims in whatever circumstance, and we're not. There's many of us of all different kinds of, I kind of think Tawny had the, in the arm, the prick. I think she got pricked, honestly. And then they wrote this whole thing. The woman, Tawny, has 2 kids. One of them is Jason's age, and they wrote that she was heartbroken because her dad died. And I was like, that's a fucked up thing to write because she has 2 kids. So that's not the case at all, unless she was dating her dad, which is not the case. So when they write that stuff like that, they're just putting conjecture and making up a story to avoid what the story is. You know that that's a story, right? You know that's a story. Wait, Sloan, do you think that all right to go? I think it's fine to go anywhere in the world. I don't think you're going to catch anything. You're either going to catch it or you're not. But keep in mind that we are, I hope you are. Did they say drug overdose? No, I think she got the prick. I'm seriously saying that. I think she got pricked. In the arm by those people that do that. Anyway, I think that that's what happened to her. But it's really interesting because we talk about all kinds of things. And then one of you on here suggested, and I have to say the name of the movie because I'll forget it, because I forget everything because I'm crazy. But my memory is gone. Like, I'm like, that thing over there. I want that thing. Okay, so let me tell you the name of the movie. I was so angry after I watched it that, this is straight up, this bleach is straight up, oh my God, Redken Flash Lift, 20% peroxide. Look, my hair, I can't make it right. Okay, 20% peroxide, and still it can get kind of like dark around there, but whatever. It's shaved, it's cut, whatever. Okay, so let me tell you this movie. Let me tell you, oh my gosh, I just watched it. Eyes of the Devil. Somebody recommended it here, Eyes of the Devil, and it's by Patrick Vega. It's his documentary. Eyes of the Devil. Fantastic. Watch, yes. Watch that shit. Watch that. Look, it's flat again at the top. Oh my God, the rain's bothering me. Yeah, watch that movie because for people who don't think it happens, well, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Memory loss is called being in your 50s. Yeah. Okay. Well, I had memory loss in my 20s, but yeah, that movie pissed me off because, and I found it so interesting in the movie because they said the Middle Eastern men, Arabic men, Muslim men. This is what they said in the movie. I'm not saying it. They said it in the child trafficking world. They said that those men don't have any like boundaries when it comes to, yes, when it comes to the age of children, meaning you can marry a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, whatever. They don't consider it in their doctrine to be bad or good or whatever. It's on YouTube. And so it was really interesting that a lot of the trafficking trade is run through them in the European countries. Also, we have Poland. They had the other kid from Poland. They went, just watch it. It's very, very interesting. It is very eye-opening, although I know it to be true. Like, I've never felt the earth was safe for kids. As a kid, I never felt it. No, they're not sickos. It's high trade, and it's even more. It's even more than them just, do you think that's true? Yes, I think it's true. Not of American people in this country, but they do behead people and stuff in their country, and they got them dressed from head to toe, the women, because apparently nobody can control themselves. They cover them. We're now covered. Sharia law exists here. Here we are. Here's my favorite thing. Sharia law exists here, right here with this. And I'm going to read this again because I'm obnoxious. Where is it? Yeah. Come in the packets. Got it at Costco. And right here. Here. These products are not intended for medical use to prevent any disease or illness. So if it's not for disease or illness, what the actual fuck are we running around doing this? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? We're really dumb. As a group of people, we're dumb. Where I work, we sell masks. It says it. I know. Why are we doing it? Why would anybody do it? Why are we doing it? We're dumb. Like, we're seriously stupid people. We're dumb. We're just dumb. But anyway, I do think the Muslims coming in, not coming in here, but what hey, I'm just going on what the video said. The video says, and the guy says in the video, that it comes from that culture because they don't have an issue with the age difference, what we would consider to be illegal. Well, that's his video, and that's what he's saying. I'm not saying it. I'm not against anything. However, I am against anybody that does that with kids. And they're not, here's what they're not. Well, they did bring up Satanism in it, actually. They did. They did bring up Satanism, which was kind of interesting because their prophet married younger ones. Yeah, see, I mean, that just shows you the line. Morality should be, well, no, but it can't be across the board. You should see some people here in the United States, the bullshit they pull, right? They pull all kinds of bullshit in this country. So, but they did mention in the video the Satanism. So they mentioned that as well, that satanic, ritual is part of it. But they really won't get that out there. They really will not allow for that to be a thing. Like, they won't, first 3 months of project. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. I've been cussing people out all the time. Is poor eyesight and psychic vision connected? I'm not sure. It could be. I mean, I now have worser eyesight, worser eyesight, but pedophilia was not a known thing. Was not a known thing. Very wrong. Shouting. Yeah, I mean, it's just, to me, they've been trafficking children as a product, like trafficking potatoes. That's what I think. I think they look at children like potatoes. And they look at children. Do you think the trafficker killed himself? No, I don't think he has a soul. I actually think they're very demonic. I don't think my eyes. Okay. Thoughts on late-term pregnancy. You mean ridding yourself of a late-term pregnancy? It's inexcusable. Why would you not do it beforehand? If you're talking about like 9 months, no. I mean, what do you want me to say? That's murder. I mean, be serious. The kid can breathe. The kid can fall out and breathe. It's just you're choosing to crack its skull. Have you ever seen that? I actually watched a video on that, and that's what it is. It's just completely, it's just wrong. Hi, Keely. My left eyelid has been having twitches. Yeah, I get the twitches in my head too. They look at potatoes. Yeah, like they target children like they're a commodity and a product. And this is the thing I despise most on this planet is people who You're in the shower. Somebody's naked here. Not me, them who are in the shower. But it's not spoken about enough what goes on. It's really not spoken enough about what happens to the children in our society, period, on a whole. It's never spoken about. People go, oh, who would do that? A lot of people, they wear suits and they live on Wall Street. They trade commodities. They have houses in the Hamptons. They travel all over the world. A lot of them are in the entertainment business. They travel over to Poland and they go over to the Czech Republic and they send their children over there and they prostitute their children out. They do all kinds of things like that. All of them, a lot of them. So, it's terrible. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Politicians, CEOs, stupid housewives. If you watch that show, which I love the show, which was Weeds. When I watched Weeds, you remember the show Weeds with, I can't think of her name anyway. I watched the show Weeds, right? And the Weeds lady in the middle of it, she says, I'm going to drink blood to stay younger. It's like they put it right out there. The neighbor, remember the blonde neighbor that was like screwing the other one's husband? Anyway, it's like season 6, episode 7 or something. She straight up, Nancy Botwin. Yeah, there you go. She straight out says, I'm going to drink blood to stay younger. She's drinking and she's saying, kids' blood to stay young. I'm like, it's right fucking there. And they write it in all the time. I think nothing of the royals. I don't, I'm not going to do an interview with anybody here because I'm not an interviewer. I'm not an interviewer. I'm never going to interview anyone here. If anybody comes on, it's because they're my friend. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I don't like the royals at all because I just, and I don't like that they had that show with all of those weirdo people, meaning like Bono and Prince Harry and some other jerk off and some other J-Lo and what's her name? Oh my God. The young one from Disney, she's lost the kidney. Do you know who I'm talking about? Excuse me. They're all sitting out there going, you need to get it. I don't need to do anything you say, you fucktards. Not you fucktards, those fucktards, because they got millions of dollars. Selena Gomez, who is just abhorrent, in my opinion. Julia Roberts, this message is to you, Julia Roberts. When you sat there and gushed all over Anthony Fauci, how he was saving us, how he was protecting us, you pile of crap. Meanwhile, read the box, Julia Roberts, and then listen to Anthony Fauci talk about putting 3 of these on. Does that not dissuade from his credibility? I mean, I'm just asking. Yeah, Julia's a pile of crap when she actually put that guy on there and she's like, you're protecting us. Okay, listen, you mental patient. She's a mental patient. Selena Gomez, total mental patient too. Mental patient. They're all mental patients. Who's that other one? With the short hair now. Short hair looks good on her. And she's always talking about her body image and her cellulite. What's her name? Disney actress as well, right? Do you know who I mean? All of these, what is her name? I can't remember. I've lost my mind. They're all Demi Lovato. Now, I know some backstory about her through a third-party makeup artist, but I'm not going to repeat it. But here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that they are all puppets because none of them speak their own mind. And they're all drug addicts. And look, she was with a much older guy, whatever. They're all drug addicts because they can't handle what they've done. And here's the thing. They say what goes around comes around. I don't know. I just seem to keep getting slapped, and some of us seem to keep getting slapped. Maybe after we leave this planet. Okay, after we leave this planet. What goes around comes around. But pretty much for here, I mean, some people spend 30 years in jail on false jail charges. What the heck is that? Like the judge is just like, yeah, we're going to put you in jail for 30 years because we don't have the right DNA. Then they check the DNA and then the person gets out. What the actual hell is that? But here's the problem. And I watched this interesting thing that Kenneth sent me on a young girl that had made a deal, sold out when she was 12, and she sold out for beauty, which was interesting. because she was, you know, she was okay looking, but there was nothing beautiful. And so somebody else asked me, how can you sell out for beauty? Well, what you can do is what you're doing, understand what you're doing is you are hiding behind energy. So you are hiding behind the energy of somebody that appears to be beautiful. You may not be beautiful, but people are going to think you're beautiful. So you get what I mean? I mean, I'm not even questioning the girl's looks. She was definitely an attractive young woman, but she sold out to be seen as, I'm playing with my rings here, putting them on. She was sold, she said, this is what she said. She sold herself out to be beautiful, but what that is that's an energetic transference. So metaphysically, that's when somebody walks in a room like Shallow Hal. Yes, that's oh my God, I love that movie. That's fucking hilarious movie. Yeah, Gwyneth sucks, but I love that movie. I love that the Seinfeld guy, what's his name? Jason Alexander had a tail. That's actually frightening to me. Why did that character have a tail? Because he's a reptilian. That's why. And Tony Robbins, that guy pisses me off. He's always like, I'm Tony Robbins or Anthony or whatever he says, and we're going to do that. He had a tail. He had a fucking tail. They were all weirdos in that movie, like misfits. Anyway, he wagged his tail like he had a tail. Tinfoil hat gang. Exactly. Oh yeah, Jaw Robbins. Well, Anthony Robbins has a like really overweight child, no doubt, because the child's rebelling against the dad. But it's I know the commercials with him. What he's selling and all of that. We can all do it and rah rah rah. No, that's not how it works. You're not. I had a client that went to see him, and I think they flew to Australia and they, you know, did the whole thing and they enjoyed it, but they're pretty much the same. Thank you all for the super chats, you guys. Yeah, he's a telephone salesman. However, having said that, he can be whatever he is. He can be whatever he is. But selling that almost toxic positivity, you can change your life. No, you can't. Once you watch that sex trafficking video that I told you, the devil's eyes or in the devil's eyes, whatever it is. Now I got to look it up again. Anyway, once you watch that, those children are not changing their lives no matter what they do. I don't care what they say. It's bullshit. So it's not going to happen. The eyes of the devil, the eyes of the devil. So it's not going to happen. If you talk to the kids in that video, their life is never changing. Okay. It's never changing, period. So you have a certain thing that you're supposed to do, and you are maneuvered energetically in your life to follow that path. Yeah, I know, toxic positivity. You can have anything you want. And that agape church, all of it, no offense to them. I'm sure there's good people, but to really work in the psychic world and the metaphysical world and the healing world, it's a day in, day out thing. I've even heard psychic acquaintances of mine say, there's no demons when you talk about demons. I'm like, are you crazy? Of course there is. There's bad people in the supermarket. Why would there not be demons on the other side? There's all levels of every kind of energy. Abraham Hicks, 35 years ago, 40 years ago, 35 years ago, I liked Abraham Hicks, okay? Like that's one of the first books, the Seth books, Abraham Hicks, all of that. I mean, they have points. But here's the problem. You can't always turn your life around. I cannot make my son come back. I'm going to keep using that as an example because I can't take back that day and make it happen differently. And my life is forever altered. I'm on a new path now. So that's not going to change, okay? Things will change, but that is not going to change. If I'm born without a leg, no matter what I do, okay, no matter how I manifest, that's not going to change. So they have to stop saying that because it's a misconception that gives people false hope. You should have hope, but you should also be grounded in your day-to-day life, in your moments of life, the way that your life is. And you should enjoy your moments because here's the metaphysical principle behind, even if you grow up in the ghetto or whatever they consider the ghetto, wherever, okay, and you have a shithole life, your mother's a crack addict, let's just say, and you want to be a famous ball player, but you're 5'2", so that's not going to happen. Still, whatever your experience is, metaphysically, spiritually, the principle is to focus in the moment at that experience, okay? Focus in the moment at that experience and embrace that experience for what it is, because that will unlock you and move you in a different direction, because you are not fighting it energetically. When you keep trying to manifest something you don't have, that says I don't have it. So if I don't have it, wait, who lost something here? A child, I'm sure. Okay, wait, I want to What happened? What happened to Linda? Somebody tell me. I'm very sorry whatever happened. What's your opinion on alter egos, personality disorders? Well, alter egos, thank you for that, you guys. Thank you. Alter egos, okay, I have an order name. So when I go through town, I call up and I use my order name, okay? So I don't use Sloan. I use her baby died. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't. I'm so sorry. I can't stand it. I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say to that. He was in your arms. I don't know what to say to that. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Oh, it's a pet. Okay. Oh, no, I shouldn't say it like that. Either way, I can't stand it. I don't want anybody to die in anybody's arms ever. Yeah, I don't want that to happen. Okay, so, oh, your fur kitty. Okay, I'm sorry. Your fur baby. I thought it was a baby. Yes, I draw a distinction between a baby and a pet. I'm sorry, I do. Like a baby that you just pushed out in your arms, but the cat in your fur baby in your arms is bad. Yeah, I had that with Tulip. I didn't like it at all. She died right there too. I didn't like it. And then her little body went limp, and I hated that. Let's see, just came on. San Diego, I can get to you in San Diego. Okay, so metaphysically or spiritually, even if you're working in the worst, let's say you're working on a prison kitchen and you're in prison, you have to embrace where you are and focus on the moment, because focusing on the moment allows you to expand your energy to see something different. If you focus on, I'm in jail, I don't want to do this, and this, you're going to stay stuck in that. So it needs to move in a different direction. So that's how you have to focus on it. But somebody like Abraham Hicks is, we co-create. What kind of a crock of shit is that? I mean, no offense. But we don't co-create it, because Linda's little fur baby wouldn't have died. My son wouldn't have died. People wouldn't be getting a divorce. People wouldn't, I know, Tulip, Miss Keithy, people wouldn't be doing all of the shit that they're doing and going through. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you all. But, you know, we wouldn't be going through that if we co-created our life. Co-create, I know. That's Abraham Hicks. She's all these stupid New Agers. I'm not calling her stupid. Just the people that speak it, where they're like, you can co-create anything. No, you can't. No, you can't. You can live your life and embrace it in a positive way and make changes, but you're not creating anything here. You can make changes, but keep it very clear. If somebody's giving birth to a baby that they've loved and kept in their belly, and then the baby comes out with some kind of crippling illness or disease or crippled body, that parents didn't co-create that. They did everything right. They ate right. They did everything right. So yeah, Tulip died Keithy died in July and Tulip died in November. So there was a full moon and little Pippa went out in November. I call her Pippa because she's Pippi Longstockings. And I found a picture of Doodleberry and Baby Jack, and it's little Keithy's feet and Baby Jack. It's so cute. Baby Jack's wagging his tail crazy in Keith's room trying to get Keithy to come down and play on the floor. Yeah, I don't know who's fake or who's not fake. I'm not even calling them fake. I'm saying the perception of saying, let's see, I had a gold wire. Wait, I want to hear that one. Hold on one sec. The perception of saying we co-create anything on November 1st. We don't co-create it, or women wouldn't be getting beaten by the husbands that they loved and married. Children wouldn't be getting raped and murdered and trafficked, okay, and prostituted. Kids and people wouldn't be drug addicts and alcohol. No one's creating that. Oh, you create your reality. Really? No, I didn't create, if I grew up in a crack house, to have a crack house that I grew up in. That's ridiculous, okay? Has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with that. So the way that they're doing it is this airy-fairy garbage. Now, it is garbage because you're not going to create, I mean, whatever. It's not going to happen. And you may not know the reasons. And I don't even believe we pick everything in our lives. Okay. I don't even, it is to me. We don't pick everything. I didn't pick to come here and watch my kid die and do that. Neither did anybody else whose child died. And neither did anybody who grew up in an abusive home or with an abusive husband or with abusive family members. Absolutely not. They did not pick it to learn a lesson, because I'm going to say it again. I've learned no lesson from my son's dying except that he's not here. I have faith and believe he's with God. But when people say, you know, you're going to learn a lesson, I feel like going fuckity fuck and fuck with that, with the lesson. Please, let's be clear. I have gold wire coming out of my scalp 2 times now. Okay. Okay, so you have gold wire coming out of your scalp. Did something go through your body? Like, how did it get there? When did you notice, and what were your symptoms of noticing that? That's interesting. No, I don't believe the lessons come with time. I don't actually believe that. I can believe that sometimes lessons can come from circumstances, but if you're going to tell me a child that gets raped in a home at the age of 4 and beaten is going to learn a lesson, I'm going to have to disagree with you, because I don't think there's a lesson from that, except that the parents are crazy or whatever. And that's just that's not a lesson I want to engage in. And nor did my soul. It doesn't quite work the way that they say. I'm sure that people, okay, do learn lessons from it. And no, life isn't, I don't believe life is a school either. They've been saying that for years. It's an experience. Life is an experience. Yeah, I want to know why the wire came out of your head, though. Come back and tell me. Now I just forgot who that was. Come back and tell me when you noticed that. Wait, more Jellins. Okay, so what I believe on earth, no, I don't even believe that we're all on a journey. I have to argue with everybody tonight, but I'm not even saying it for that reason. I don't know that I agree that I agreed to incarnate back here. I don't know that I agreed to that, and I never have. As a child, I didn't. The wire thing is a crank. Oh, no, well, I don't know if it is or not. Gold wire out of her head. What? No, I want to know. Yeah, I want to know when she noticed that. Anyway, no, God doesn't test us. Why would God test us? God doesn't test us. And God, when people say God gives you things, you know, doesn't give you anything you can't handle, that's bullshit. Bullshit, because I can't handle that my son died. So that's bullshit. Me personally, I can't handle it. I don't want to, and I can't. And I would absolutely call bullshit, because this is not, yeah, we test God as more. This is not God's territory here. This is the beast system here, and I didn't choose to come here. If I chose to come here, it's because I was kidnapped on the other side and thrown out of a spaceship from another planet. But I don't know. I mean, people do reincarnate, and I have seen it, but something happened here. Something happened here on Earth and the beast system that flipped it upside down. So it's not as it was agreed upon. So there's like some kind of, contract reneging that went on a soul level when we got here, because we might have volunteered to help. Yeah, we might have done that. But when I hear last month twice, okay, hold on, let me see. Last month twice, thin yellow gold wire above my ear in my scalp. I felt it and pulled it out. Okay, so I don't even know what that would be. Wait, what is your name? So I don't forget. Okay, Shimmer Soul. Okay, Shimmer Soul. I don't know what that would be. The only thing that I do know is I've seen wiring coming out of people's face, but it was energetic, not real. So if you found wiring in your scalp, that would suggest to me that somebody is doing something underneath the skin while you're asleep or in some kind of altered state. Asleep, in between. Lost ear wire. Yeah, I don't know why that would be that way, though. I can't even think what that. Well, of course, it would have to be aliens. I don't think a doctor's sneaking into her house. But I have seen wiring or tubing coming out of people, all in the early 2000s, tubing coming out of people's heads going up where I couldn't see it through the ceiling. So it was going up dimensionally, and that was happening. An implant of some kind. I don't dissuade that. I think that shit happens all the time. Yeah, I I don't know that we all choose to be here. I know that the New Age community likes to say, you picked it, it's for a lesson. I'm going to have to call bullshit. And I think it's irrelevant that we're here. I don't think we do good or not do good. I think it's something else. And I think it's and it could be to raise the vibration of the planet. That's very true, to raise the vibration of the planet. But I actually, and again, every time somebody says, yeah, I think I am hostage here, but every time somebody says, you're going to learn a lesson, I'm just going to keep saying to them, my son died. I didn't learn a fucking lesson. I didn't kill him, and I didn't learn a lesson. Okay. So I've not learned anything from that ever, except that I don't have my child. So if that's the lesson you wanted me to learn, is to be tortured on this planet, then yeah, but that's not God's thing. That's the beast system, and God does not operate here. God didn't give me anything here. Somehow I got here, and now I'm expected to live within the context of being one of God's children. But I'm not here because God wanted me to learn something by doing a bunch of bullshit. As is the case, and my bullshit isn't as bad as little kids being trafficked like in that video, okay? So those little kids, are you telling me they picked to come here? Because, and what is their lesson to learn? That adults sodomize them when they're 3 months old? I mean, what, or rip their bodies apart, beat them, sell their organs? What was their lesson? So I'm not seeing it that way, but I understand the context in which, yeah, they say the world is beautiful too. I don't see it that way, and I never have, but again, I'm just biding my time. That's my personal opinion of it. I do the work. I try to contribute. But when you look through the, when you look through the eyes of the world, I don't look at it as beautiful or not. I feel it is the devil's playground. I can feel the energy of it. I feel the energy of what's on the earth. And I don't think it's all good. In fact, I've always called it hell. I've always begged to go back home, which I know is not here. I just know it's not here. But we all die, so that's the positive aspect in it. We vibrate up. That's the positive. I learned to forgive from my abuse. I wouldn't learn a thing. Yeah, from your abuse. I didn't learn to forgive. It wasn't my thing to forgive. They had to, anybody who abused anybody in my life, I gave it to God to do with what he wants to do with it. So that's how I operated on that. I didn't even forgive or not forgive. I just forgot and moved on, like whatever, moved on. So I don't know. Forgiving's hard a lot of times. It's not something I'm practiced on. I don't do anything. I don't go after them. I don't, unless someone does something right in front of my face, then I'm going to respond. But I've always given it to God. I'm like, it's up to them to ask God for forgiveness. And if they don't come to me and ask me for forgiveness, I'm not forgiving them. That's not up to me. I'm not just running around going, I forgive them. They didn't ask me to do so. So it's not my job. It's between them and their God. That's how I feel about it. But don't take my word on anything. I'm just a screwball on YouTube. So we don't have to listen, get all kinds of opinions on it. But alter egos. Yeah, an alter ego could technically have its own birth chart, because when the person behaves as that person, you could erect a chart. That's called a horary chart, meaning the circumstance, the experience, you draw the chart up for that, right? So yeah, I'm not a victim. Yeah, I'm not a victim. I'm just saying I'm not learning anything from these circumstances and experiences that happen. I learned that the police lie. I learned that witnesses lie. These are things I learned. I learned that there's a shit ton of drug addicts out there that rule the world, and a shit ton of pedophiles. I learned that people call you up and get you death threats, and then your kid ends up dead. I learned that. I learned that everybody's on fentanyl pretty much in Los Angeles, all over the fucking place. I learned that there's drunk drivers. I learned that people leave the scene of crimes. So that, yeah, I did learn all of that. That's what I learned. So, and I already knew that, quite frankly. Yeah, that it's not my job to forgive my abuser either. It's God's job. Yeah, that's between them and their God, like whatever. But when you look at it, you can have moments of experience, sure. Whatever. You can definitely, nothing positive. I'm not going to learn something positive from Keith's death. I learned something positive from Keith's life, not his death. I don't know what to say. People want me to just say, it's okay, my kid died, I'm going to learn. No, I'm not that altruistic. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm not. I'm a bitch that way. So, um, yeah, I'm kind of a bitch. Do you take super beats? No, but I would like to take super beats. I haven't looked at that. But what I'm going to say is that's why I didn't celebrate Keith's death. I celebrated his life because that's what I saw the most is my son's life. Okay. So I didn't even celebrate his death. Or have his death. I celebrated only his life and the fact that I knew him, but I already knew him. I didn't learn that. I knew him. So I'm more, no, don't be depressed. Don't listen to me and be depressed. I'm just telling you metaphysically, when somebody in the New Age community says, here's your lesson, you'd have to go to Afghanistan and talk to all the people in the war, Vietnam, Hiroshima, and ask them what they learned when they got blown up. This planet is not God's planet. It's run by the beast system. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. I really do. I don't know. January 23rd. Okay. From Orlando. Yeah, I will look into that. I don't know who, I don't remember if I heard about that case. Thank you, Miss Kimberly, for that too as well. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to show you in the New Age community, and I'm going to use my personal life as an example because until my son died, I could probably say I learned things from other experiences. But at that point, I draw the line at that because, I trust medical marijuana now. I don't. Oh, you don't trust it. Yeah, I could see that. Past lives, New Age is very scattered. A lot of them are like, you need to raise yourself up. I feel like where we are all different is the perspective of what we learn on our own path. That is true. Some people grow up in England, some people grow up in Afghanistan, Florida, New York, whatever. Some people have 7 siblings. Some people grow up in private schools, orphanages, on the streets, wherever. So I'm going to try super beats. I like the idea of these super beats. I don't know what they do, but that sounds like fun. So we all kind of maneuver through life in a different way, in a different circumstance, but when you look at it, it is an experience. So I'll grant you on that. And there are moments of perfection. Okay. So like when I gave birth to my children, I can say that was truly the best experience of my life. And the only thing that I really cared about at this point, I don't really care about anything else. I only ever cared about my children in life. I didn't have purpose before I met my children, meaning before I had them. And I don't have purpose kind of now that they're if that makes sense, right? So it was my children. Nothing else really matters to me at this point. Truthfully, being truthful. People don't like me to say that. They want me to act like everything else matters, but it really doesn't. I just was here for my children. Really, that was my purpose. So if you want to say about a purpose, my purpose was to love my children in the best way that I could. So that is the purpose for me. I don't know about other people's purpose, what their purpose is, right? So whatever their purpose is, they see it their way. But for me, there's never been anything before or after having my kids. That was like the height of my total experience here. Okay. Yeah, I need to get my muscle back too. My muscle's gotten fleshy, but it depends. But the way the New Age community, and again, speaking specifically of Abraham Hicks, when you co-create, you can do anything you want to do in this world, but you cannot co-create it because there's too many other components that you have no control over. So to co-create something, it's you and I sit down, we draw a picture. You draw your side of the page, I draw my side of the page. That's kind of like co-creating, or we create, like in the Halston movie, he had his designers and he was there. So him and his designers were there. So they did it together. Like he would say, I want it to look like this. And then they would draw it out, right? Well, in life, when you're born, there's way too many other components that you have no control over. The country you're born into, the religion you're born into, the family you're born into, the time frame, the year you're born into. Okay. All of those things are beyond your scope of, co-creating. Like if you're born to a crackhead, I'm going to keep using that example, you really aren't going to co-create anything with that person because she's not sober. And I know Liza with a Z. So I don't know what to say. So you won't be able to co-create with it, technically. Abraham Hicks has some good points. in her speaking, in her stuff. But the co-creation, no. I'm sorry, I have to disagree with it, but it doesn't even matter. She doesn't give a shit what I think. Mm-hmm. You had that book like it was written like 35 years ago or whatever. And it's fine. And I understand the principle. That's how the planet should work. It is not how the planet works. So what we think in our ideal, yeah, if she's pushing the VAXX, she's a fraud. She's a complete fraud. Number one, it's not your job to push anything. Number two, if you're truly hooked up to co-creation, then you would know, just saying, that your immune system will create your health, right? You're not sober. Okay, well, whatever. You can be sober when you want to be sober. Don't worry about it right now. I love cheese. I'm trying not to eat cheese. I love cheese. Cheese is my friend. I haven't eaten cheese but once in a month, and then I had to give all the cheese away. But I easily fooled some of these spiritual people. Well, she says that's the information she's getting, which it could be. However, when she's pushing to inject something in your body, that's a whole other thing. How about talking about your immune system? How about dealing with that? How about speaking from the point that your immune system, when healthy, is what was given by God while you landed in the beast system here somehow, or they flipped the world upside down? How about, I love the jalapeno cheese. I've got a problem with jalapeno cheese. I'm an addict. David Wilcox, that's an interesting question. I don't know that I necessarily believe everything he says either, truthfully. But that doesn't matter. Like, again, he's entitled to his way of seeing the world, right? But when I listen to him, some of the stuff that he says, I agree with. And then other times he goes into things and I'm like, what exactly is he saying? Yes. Jalapeno. Oh my God. I can't even talk about it. Yeah, he feels infiltrated. Thank you. Infiltrated. That's the word I'm looking for. He's part of the beast system because I see it go in and out. And I don't even, like when he speaks, something about, this is terrible to say, the energy that comes through, I don't really watch. I've watched twice. Thank you, April. Thank you for that. So yeah, I did a video on the astrology, which I will post later. Wayne Dyer repeated or regurgitated information that's already out there. So it wasn't really from his life experience. He spoke on what other people knew or what other people thought. So it was a regurgitation of other people's information. So I don't know what to say. David Wilcox, yeah, I'm not, and I don't even dispute that he has an ego. I've got an ego, or I'd come out here in the pajamas I was wearing, in the pajamas that I was freaking wearing, right? But yeah, well, Wayne Dyer not plagiarized, what's the word? And he's from Toronto, by the way. Parroted information. The person I can't handle is Edgar, what's his name? Tolle, whatever his name is. I hear his voice and I'm like, oh my God, make it stop. I cannot listen to his voice. So it's something in the monotoneness of his voice that really drives me crazy. But, oh, don't have a nervous breakdown. Edgar Tolle. Yeah, whatever his name is. I can't listen to it. David Icke I could listen to. Yes, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't. It's very, very monotone. It's like, but see, when somebody uses their voice, Edgar is sexy. Okay. You need to get off. You need to get, wait, you almost said his name. No, Edgar, I can't say it, whatever. But wait, I was just going to say something. Oh my God. What was I going to say? Something. Oh, when he vibrates and he brings his voice down here like this, so you have to lean in to listen to him, that's lowering the vibration. Eckhart Tolle. There, Eckhart Tolle. There, that guy. But he lowers his, yes, I can't stand it. I'm like, God, please have a personality. I can't stand it. Sorry, I can't stand it. Yeah, it's whatever that is, I can't do it. So he's a warlock. Well, I'm sure he's something. He's half dead is what he is. I can't say sexy. What the fuck? That had to be a troll. There ain't no sexy going on there. I mean, maybe he is to his people, whoever the people are that like him. He is trying sexy. He is trying. I don't even think he's trying. He's a creature. I don't even think he's trying. I mean, he's older, I'm not picking on him. I did Dolores Cannon I like. Yeah, Dolores Cannon. He does look half dead. Dolores Cannon, I like. I'm gonna put my astrology. Oh, it's a joke. Okay, thank God. I was like, what? I'm gonna put my astrology up later. So that's what I'm gonna do. Wait, my hand movements don't wait, or theirs. I like Dolores Cannon a lot, actually. I like her. I don't know that everything she said either is accurate, but nothing any of us says is accurate. But she's on the right mindset when she was talking, and I think she was probably more along that. Sloan, my ex had monotone. No, I would kill him if they had a monotone. I gotta see a personality. I want to see hands. I want to see stuff. Is a revolution. Bollywood is a beast. Yeah, well, the planet Earth is a beast. But yeah, I did like Dolores Cannon. I don't know when she passed away, but yeah, I like her a lot. T.I. and Tiny. I don't even know what to say. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt any of that. Okay. I don't doubt any of that shit with T.I. and Tiny. And I did their show. Okay. So I did it. And I told you the thing that wigged me out was she had the color of her eyes replaced. That just was like, I was like, oh my God. Edgar Casey. Yeah, Edgar Casey was really good. Of course, he hangs out with Lady Gaga. Yeah, so I would say with T.I. and Tiny, I'm probably going to go along with they're probably doing what they say they're doing. Yeah, let's see. Biden, I don't know what to say. Her daughter runs Dolores's business. Okay. She could have gone blind. Oh, I know. No, but it was looking at the eyes. I couldn't, I don't know how to describe it. It was very jarring when I went to the door because they filmed me going up to the door, right? So it was very jarring. And I was like taken aback by it, really, quite frankly. Just in the fact that if I'm, like, how cats go on a sofa and they go like this and they need everything and they're like this, okay? So cats got to texturize it. If I'm looking at you, I got to texturize your eyes. I got to be able to look in your eyes and I got to be able to texturize you. And I couldn't do that. And it was like very offsetting. It was very interesting. Yeah, she put them very light. They were like light gray. Yeah, I couldn't, and there may have been no soul in there. I don't know. Eckhart Toll Road. Yeah, exactly. Contacts block the window. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course they do, but some people actually need contacts. Like Keithy needed contacts since he was little. Let's see. Anyone pushed by Oprah is a shill. Oh yeah, John of God. I know. Well, exactly. And see, here's the thing. For example, what's her name? Oh my God, Hay House. What's her name? Louise Hay. Good Lord, what is wrong with me? So Hay House, Louise Hay, and her concept was really great, right? She opened a business. She counseled people with AIDS back in whenever, and she did everything like kind of grassroots. And she wrote her books and everything. But when she took over Hay House and when they bought her out, problem is, if you went to Hay House to get published or sell something, they took 90% of your earnings. That's pimpery, okay? So it's awful. You are a pimp. I don't mind contacts, but no, yeah. Keithy, I gave Keithy contacts real early at 10. Funniest story. So Keithy got the contacts because he had big, thick glasses. And I wanted him to be, not worried about his glasses. So I took him to get contacts and he was just a little guy, but he, whatever. He had his long hair and he looked so cute. And so anyway, when we first put the contacts in, I had super long nails. He got one of them out of his eye and he was like dizzy. He couldn't get the other one out of his eye, right? So I had to take him to Psychic Maria's house, flamenco dancer Maria, and Saya, her daughter, Miguel the rapper, her son, but Saya the daughter, same age as Keithy. Keithy was the same age as Miguel. So Miguel must be 25 in February, I believe. Anyway, Saya went and she took the contacts out for me because my fingers wouldn't go in there. And it was so funny because Keith was like so upset. He was like so upset. He's like, I see crooked. I can't see out of my eye. He was freaking out. It was making his little brain weird. So you know what I found out Keith did? Don't do this. When I would tell him, I buy him those contact things to clean, and I would say, you got to clean the contacts. You got to do, you got to do that, right? Right? You know what he would do? Oh my God. So instead of taking the contacts out and putting them in those things when he was a teenager, he was taking the cleaner and throwing it in his eyes. Oh my God. When I found that out, I was like, Keithy, he's a Sagittarius. He's in a hurry. So he was throwing it. And then he had like dry eyes. I said, you just probably fucked your eyes up. I mean, I had to tell him, right? Oh my God. I said, don't do that, Doodle. Yeah, that's what I said, but that's what he would do. And I'm like, Dewey, what are you doing? I know, but he did that. Anyway, I stopped him from that. I know, Dewey, so silly to do that. But anyway, that was that story. Hello from Ireland. But yeah, Doreen Virtue, I think is she dead? I think she might be dead. I think she could be dead. But anyway, that company, for them to take metaphysical people who are desperate to be famous. I know, Keithy was just dumping that shit in his eyes. Who fucking said that? I never taught him that. Anyway, is she alive? Okay. But when is she dead? She's dead. Somebody said, no, she's alive. I got to Google now. Do we know? I kept mine in for 6 months. Couldn't wear them for a year. Oh my God. See, I don't know. I was trying. Keithy was always like, I have dry eyes. I'm like, you ruined your eye socket, you little boy, you little doodle. Yeah. And then one time he was always out playing basketball, and the ball hit him in the eye. And I remember we were out, John and I, and he was like, the contact broke in his eye, and then it went around the back, and it was all jaggedy, and he was flipped out. So we had to go get the stuff to get that out of his eye. Yeah, that was a problem too. I know, because he was always getting hit and he wouldn't wear the other glasses. So, okay, Louise Hayes. No, she died August 30th, 2017. And she was born October 8th, 1926. So she lived a good long life. You know, she lived a good life, but yeah. What I disliked, I had a contact break in my eye too. I know, Keith, the ball hit him in the face and he was like panicked to call me. What I feel though with Louise Hayes is when she sold out, and I guess it's not her fault, but Hay House, whoever bought that, right? Yes, you can, I'm adopted. I found my birth chart, but you have to find your birth records. So you have to go back to the hospital and get an amended birth certificate, and it's a genealogical one, which is the longer one. That's what, she may have needed the money, but then the company was like, if you're in the metaphysical and you want to be famous, you're going to give us our books. We're going to take 90% of what you do. And it's the same thing. And I'll give you an example. Okay, you two. Trump is coming back. Trump is going to jail. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a gay hater. Or who are you talking about is a gay hater? I don't want to see any kind of sex on camera, period. Least of all gay man sex in front of my face. It's not something I'm interested in. But I don't know why they have to put so much sex on TV shows. Like, we get the idea. We understand it. Yes, they do on the other side. We understand it. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry if you want to call me whatever you want. You can call me a hater, a racist, or whatever. That's all fine. That is all fine. That's how you shame people into not saying their opinions. They're allowed to have their fucking opinions, and they don't have to agree with every agenda being pushed by every single person in the community, clearly. So there you go. If you don't like it or whatever, step off. Okay, yeah, I know. Everybody's trying to destroy it. You're not allowed to say anything. If you say this, you're a racist. If you say that, but yet, I was just told by somebody that I don't know anything like minorities because she didn't consider me a minority, right? She didn't consider me one. I was born in an orphanage. Does that make me a minority, or were y'all born in orphanages? I was adopted, minority. I'm a woman, minority. I mean, my life's not as bad as some minorities, and I wasn't saying it was, but I was saying we are losing our freedoms right now. So minority and freedom, she's like, people don't know losing their freedoms like minorities. I'm like, listen, we're losing our freedoms right now. You cannot walk in a store. Remember, it used to be no shirt, no shoes, no service. Now it's no fake protection Sharia law cover. That's what I'm going to call it. So when you talk like that, you're saying only you validate your thing, which makes you crazy. So I had to get into it with her. And if someone's going to shame me because I don't want to watch gay sex, then go ahead and shame me. I don't care, because I still don't want to watch it on my TV shows when it's supposed to be just a normal, regular show about a guy's life. You can show stuff, but I mean, there was a lot of it. It's gratuitous. It's gratuitous. Just saying, it's gratuitous. That's it. If you don't like it and you don't like my free speech, step off. Step off. Go somewhere else. And if you want to call me whatever, I don't care. I'm not going to apologize for being myself. So, it's just the way it is. Sorry. Yeah, I don't want to see violence in a show either. I don't want to see people's heads blown out on the ground. What about that? What is it that's acceptable in our society, right? That's acceptable. And showing people getting shot and brains all over the place is okay. And, we have issues. Why aren't we stopping both of those things? Number one, it's not my business to look into your sex life. So even if you are a gay designer, which I think we pretty much even know Kanye West is gay. Am I a bigot now? I know this. Anyhow, these fashion designers, that's what they are. We all freaking know it, okay? There's the odd one that's straight, and I don't know who it is. I think Calvin Klein was married for a second, but I think that was a beard. Am I racist for saying that? Or are these things I'm just saying about my fucking own opinion? Right? Right. So, sorry. Yeah, no, Calvin Klein is gay, but I think he married somebody, didn't he? And why is that okay? Why is that community marrying people to hide behind? Women stand up and marry straight men. No, Kanye is gay. He straight up lives with a man in Europe, in France, actually. That's how he got his clothing line out there. He lives with the head of oh my God, where he put his wife on Vogue, that magazine, Anna Winthrop. He lives with her head designer, or is with her head designer, period. He likes that lifestyle. His wife is his beard. That's what that is. How people get pregnant when they don't have sex, there's many, many ways. I'm a minority because I'm a hetero, exactly. You can surrogate, you can take sperm and eggs and put it there and put it in a body. I don't know. I don't know if Kim is gay or not. I don't think so. But what I'm saying is Kanye is. And I'm sorry. I heard that firsthand. Sorry. So there you go. Turkey baster. Yeah, turkey pastor. Turkey baster. I know people don't like it. They don't want you to speak your opinion. And actually, it's really funny because somebody on here also, Kim was a breeder. That's what happens. Exactly. But somebody on here, they called me right wing, the same woman that said I wasn't a minority and was picking on me, boo-hoo, because of my white skin. I mean, please stop that, because none of us can control our skin, and you know better. Nobody can control this. I mean, unless you're a clone, and I'm not a clone, and she's not a clone. So having said that, she also called me a right winger. You've got to stop doing that, people. It's not a political thing. I don't believe in politics. I know there are politicians, but I don't believe in right or left. It's a game. It's a game. It's not true. What we're voting on is fake. So I don't believe in Republican or Democratic. I think they're all fucking liars and evil on both sides, and I will never vote. So understand that. Understand that. When you understand that, stop calling me a right winger, because now you're being a bigot and you're putting something onto me that is your own problem. That's how I feel. It's all bullshit. So, but she assumed because I had an opinion that I was both a Trump follower and a right winger. And I'm like, what? I can't have an opinion, and you've associated all of similar opinions with either Trump or right wing? I mean, what is that if that isn't bigoted? What are you? You think only your side matters? No, both sides. Yeah, they like to label you. Well, I'm a fucking bitch. There's the label. I'm actually a motherfucking pixie. There's the label. But what I'm saying to you is, when you do that, you're doing what you're accusing them of doing. It's reverse world and you're a hypocrite. It's weird. It's just very weird. But having said all of that, without going into all of that other stuff, I found it very interesting that they wanted to harness all of the healers, all of the metaphysicians, all of the astrologers, all of the people, so they could put on their little books, hey, house book, hey, house book. Who gives these people authority to even judge? Who gives these people authority? Every time, like I'm going to mention the Agape, I hope I'm saying that right, Agape Church in Los Angeles, but they have their spiritual mentoring programs. When you have your spiritual mentoring program, you are collecting money for giving out your information, which is fine. But because somebody gets a degree there does not make them a spiritual mentor. You can teach what you want. For sure, you can teach what you want and you can charge for it, but it doesn't make the person you're charging any good or any not good. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hey, House Soul, I'm pretty sure. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I wish Kurt Cobain would get justice for his murder, but that would take a takedown of Geffen. And where is Geffen right now? You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Unity Church, I haven't been. Sloan, can you finish? Oh, Thunder Bay. I forget what I was saying with the Thunder Bay story. Science is a big... Well, science, okay, first of all, we all die. So when they talk about science, the science wins. You know, I'm for science. Okay, if you're for science, then you're for 70 years on planet Earth. And then what happens to you? Because it's not provable. Because spirit is not a provable thing, period. And here's what they've done with psychics, all these evidential psychics and all of that, throughout mediums and all of that. They're like, we tested our medium and like this, trying to make it science. Don't you see? Don't do that. Don't do that. The point of being a psychic medium is the creation of the soul's story through what you pick up, feel, hear, and see. So trying to lower it to logistics of the earth is horrific. A medium found out, wait. Oh my God, I didn't even know about that. I didn't know about that. I just did a video on, and it was a different one, but no, Whoopi, I don't know if Whoopi Goldberg is a psychic, but she played one in the movie, so she was an actor, yes. But wait, I feel bad. Yeah, no, it's definitely the Twilight Zone, but they know. I mean, they know. I think that George Clooney is the Antichrist. I'm starting that rumor here, just saying. Yeah, I don't know what to say. There's so much going on, and oh my God, you know the new trend now? The new trend I just saw, okay, on TikTok. Wait, your thoughts about rock stars becoming Christians. Why can't they become Christian? We're all entitled to make a mistake in our thinking and go in a different direction. And if I were my age now and had been a rock star that was part of the beast system, I could always ask for God to intervene and, ask for forgiveness from God myself and then move in a different direction, right? So I don't know why you couldn't. I think God forgives, right? No, Kanye is gay, if that's who we're talking about. He's definitely gay. I don't care what you say. I know this. Okay, it's hearsay. I wasn't in the bedroom with him, but I know it from somebody, like that. Anyway, wait, hold on a sec. What was I going to say? I was just going to say something, and it went out of my head again. Oh, Kanye, MK Ultra, yes. I mean, absolutely, yes. They kill and, yeah, of course they do. He's going to send you, okay, oh yeah, thank you. Here's the new fad going on. Piss me off, but I'm not going to comment on their thing. The new fad is, yes, it's on TikTok. The new fad is to have these people who could be psychiatrist doctors or psychologist doctors. I don't know if you're a psychologist doctor. I guess you'd have to be a psychiatrist, but then could be a psychologist. I don't know. I don't actually understand the logistics of that. But now they're talking about when you've been abused, why you go to a psychic, because you're so desperate. So what that's really about is they don't like and have never liked that people use psychics and mediums in order to get help in their life. The difference between a psychiatrist or psychologist, I guess psychiatrist prescribes drugs and doesn't really talk to you. And wait, psychiatrist has a PhD, psychiatrist. Okay, I got you. Clinical psychologist. Thank you. Here's the problem. The problem, and I've always said this, is a psychic can get to your issue within one reading, whereas a psychiatrist or psychologist is going to go on and on and on. They don't like us, and they're starting to go against us now on TikTok, which was very interesting. No, I don't care if he's gay. He can be gay, but my point, here's my objection. My objection is, why do men of a certain particular sexual liking, whatever you want to call it, have to hide behind women? Is it to make us invisible or to make us foolish or to mock us? What's the reason? I don't think I think he should be so gay he can marry another man and have children and have a surrogate. I don't think he should hide behind a female because he's got issues. That's crap. Go marry another man or whomever you want. But when you hide behind a woman, you're using us as a beard and mocking us because you're not really into us, and people know that. And then we look stupid. As a whole group of women, we look like breeders. Stop doing that. I know it's a money and a business payoff. I get that. But I truly believe in everybody's rights. Go marry who you want to marry. Yes, she could use him too. That's true. She could very much use him. That is accurate, actually. She could use him as her beard from her shenanigans, whatever that is. But I don't think she's gay. I think she's weird. Yeah, men are good, but not when they hide behind women. Don't hide behind women. Step out of that and stop that. A lot of that is disingenuous. Marriage is supposed to be, so they say, between two people who love each other, and it becomes down to like hiding at that point. I don't like it. I don't like it. A breeder is an animal. If you are, look at what's that TV show, 19 and Counting, whatever, that Josh Duggar. What the hell is that? I mean, what is that, right? What is that? Yeah, don't get exactly. But what is that? See, they are breeders. There's no love there. They're breeding children for these men who want a beard. That's what that is. Don't victimize women in marriage. Granted, a lot of the women choose it. So it is their choice, but I don't know what I want to say with that, but I would like to probably say, I don't know. I guess if it's a business deal, it's a business deal. But if it's a business deal, it's not a love marriage. If it's not a love marriage, stop presenting it as a love marriage. Say it's a business deal. Yeah, they're mutually, that's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. It's probably what it is. Women also marry men they don't love. Absolutely. They marry men to support their kids. They marry men for money. They marry all kinds of things. And again, Sister Wives, that show. And again, they should be marrying for love. So it's presented as such. Right? Right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. People don't like it. I live in Hollywood, and every time I go to a party to do a party and you talking to the married women, it's almost embarrassing because you're like, that's your husband? That's weird. That's what you're thinking in your head. You're like, that's weird. And the women act as if, so yeah, it's very disturbing actually to watch. I don't feel a connection with a lot of it. That's just me though, whatever. I mean, I guess I'm not allowed to have my opinion on here yet again. And keep in mind when I'm doing the lives, I'm just a screwball doing lives that I started doing during the lockdown. I'm of no relevance in your life like that. So don't go quoting and acting like what I say is, this, that, and the other. No, I was doing this for my own fun. And so that's what it is in this. When I'm doing the videos, that's my work and that's my work. Yes, she could use his sperm. Some women want to use people's sperm. That's very true. That's very true. Is autoimmune a possession? I haven't thought about that actually. Yeah, no, I mean, I support it, what everybody wants to say, unless I don't like it, then I'm going to say I don't like it. If you're talking about me, but then you're talking about me, so I can say it. And you can say if you don't like if I'm talking about you. No, we don't need to get married. Why are we getting married? Marriage, the way it looks, okay, ringing in the ears, I don't know, because it's probably either a frequency lift when they do something to the frequency and it lifts us in a different direction. Yeah, for entertainment purposes here, but not my other videos. That is my work. Mm. This is me being me. So, or whatever. And George Clooney is the Antichrist. Anyway, ringing in the ears can be when they put up a frequency change and you could be tapping into it. So you're having a hard time, right? You could be that. It could be a bunch of other things too. So it could be, oh my God, my ears been ringing. Could be different things altogether. Absolutely. A lot of different things, actually. Sure, it definitely could be many different things. Okay. But sometimes it's spirit, sometimes it's frequency. I tend to think of it as frequency shifting. So I don't know who's shifting the frequencies or who's doing what or what area you're in, or if they've, because sometimes they spray outside. Sometimes they do it through the toning rods, through the electrical wires. They do stuff like that. Okay. So they do a lot of stuff like that. So that's why your ears could be ringing, or they could just be ringing because you have a relative on the other side that's like, hey, I'm trying to talk to you. Could be that too. Right? Could be that as well. Let's see. Could very well be that. Okay, transmitting to transmitter. I do think it's those things. I really do, unfortunately. Yeah, no, I don't believe in marriage either. I mean, I got married, but actually I should have not, meaning I don't believe in it. And here's why. You sign a contract. It is a contract, and it's till death do you part. That's like what you say. Why would I sign a contract till death? How do I fucking know that, right? How does anybody know that? I don't know. But to get out of a marriage, y'all know how hard it is. You all know how hard it is. I feel that life is illusion. Yes, I feel we are dead here and alive on the other side. Let's see. April Clooney, pants zipping. Wait, what? Who's April Clooney? I don't know. Pants zipping. Well, the divorce, you can't do anything without lawyers. So our whole country is set up on lawyers telling us, like, I can't get paperwork on my son without me going through a lawyer because they have it. I could not, and I'm going to say this again. Sorry if I talk too much about my son, but I can't help it. When I saw Keith on the ground and I went over to his body, now granted, he's not a murder person. They're just coming to get his body. I was told by the police I could not touch my son or go near his body because it was now the coroner's body. How the fuck is my child the coroner's body? Why is my child the coroner's body? Do you see how insidious that is? That is truly insidious. So my other son and I and Kenna had to stand there and watch Keith sitting on the ground. Well, I did a showing, a viewing, whatever, a viewing. But what I'm saying is the police is like, I got permission for you to go over there. Fuck you. He's my kid. Who are you? Why are you here giving me permission for my kid? Who are you? Why is that a thing? And I was too traumatized to actually sock him in the face, and he was a police officer. I was too traumatized, but they take possession of the body. Now, if you don't find that bizarre, I find that very, very fucking bizarre. And yes, they play games with us. You're right about that. I found it very, very bizarre. And I'm like, why would the city of Los Angeles own my son and then send me a bill for picking his body up? Well, you said you owned him, so I'm not paying the bill. Fucking make me. He's dead. I'm not paying it. That's right. So my point is, they put him up on a stretcher and only the family was me and Jason, that's who was there, could go over and look at him, but they're like, don't touch him. And I'm like, why can't I touch my son? He had an accident. He wasn't shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a motorcycle accident. So all I wanted to do was touch his face, his little face, and touch his little mouth and just touch him. His little mouth was left open and his eyes were half open and they were a beautiful color of green gray. He had died, of course, but that's the color they went. However, my problem was that they said, yeah, I heard about the birthing person. Yeah, no, I'm a mom. But they said that the coroner owned the body and they had to get permission from the coroner for me to talk to the body. Go over to the body. I was like, fuck off. So that's really wrong. Now, why is that even a thing? So you know why that's a thing? And that'll get me into the beast system. Everywhere in our society, the police, the government, hospitals, doctors, people at your local Burger King, people at the local 7-Eleven, People who work on horse farms making very little money because they're migrant farm workers. Every single person in every field and echelon of life, they put people that are part of the beast system sold out. Question I always get is, why would you sell out if you're going to be, for example, an illegal migrant farm worker and never really get much in your life? Well, maybe for you, that's a lot to be able to stay in a farm here and work and da 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 da. But what happens is they have every single space on earth with somebody from their cult, okay? Somebody, and what is that? How do you know if you're talking to a beast system cult member? That's what I'm going to call them. Beast system cult member. Here's how you know. They cause chaos, okay? They cause chaos in your life. They are put into positions of power. Do you know how many policemen do not do their job in murder cases and death cases and missing person cases? Do you know how many? Why? That's right, they're Masons, and they're positioned all through society. They can be a bartender at your local bar, your local dive, making local bullshit money, but they get perks in some other way. Excuse me, maybe they get a baby, maybe they want a baby and they don't want to go through adoption, so they get this baby. Other times they get success in their particular field. We don't understand that about the beast system, okay? We don't understand that, but that's what's going on. So when people go into, the police station after someone has died and you get a bunch of fuckery, it's because they're causing chaos. And it's not every single one of them. They're dispersed throughout the authority organizations. They're dispersed. That's what they are. And to give you an example, I'm going to give you an example from Keith's case because I can't shut up now. So if your son dies in an accident on a motorcycle and you want to know who cut your son off the road and you want them to investigate it, right? Then you probably need the police report to work in a certain way. So on Keith's police report, the first officer that got there, I believe, I don't actually know if that's him, but whoever was in charge, they wrote down a particular speed that Keith was going, which, number one, was not reported by the other witnesses. They said the opposite. Number two, we have videotape of him going through the intersection and we can see the speed. Number three, nobody else said it. Number four, this guy wasn't there to watch it or he'd be a witness. So they put stuff on the police report that impedes you from getting legal representation, because as soon as they read this, they're like, yeah, we can't, because, the first officer told me my son was going 130 miles an hour, which was a blatant fucking lie. Okay. Keith was not doing that. I have videotape of him going through the intersection. He was not going more than 60. All right. In a 40 mile per hour zone, 3-lane, but he was with the speed of traffic because there was a truck right behind him. Okay. So the trucks around him were going the same. So what happened is they wrote down this obnoxious speed on the police report. The coroner writes it down. When I called the coroner, again, I'm going to say this. My son was 6'4". He had blue-green eyes. Okay. He was 6'4". Here's what they said on the coroner's report. He was 5'9" and he had brown eyes. He wasn't 5'9". Keithy was 6'4" for real. Okay. Then they wrote down he died because of going this speed. So I said, the math did prove it wrong. Bobby and her husband proved it wrong. The math did prove it wrong. So then when I call and ask them, she goes, well, that's what the police told us. And we'll testify into it in court. I said, see, here's where they fuck with you. If you were to go to court to try to get an amended, whatever that coroner's report, which never happens, even in murder cases, like shooting murder, gangbanging murders, here's what would happen. They would go up there and go, no, we wrote that down. And the officer would say, yes, I told her that. And then they would say, therefore, it's correct. It's a total fucking lie, period. Tell you another story. Keithy's friend Cheerio, okay? Cheerio was shot in the head on his 20th birthday. He was coming to pick Keith up. He got a girl pregnant that he shouldn't have got pregnant, somebody else's girlfriend, and that girl's boyfriend shot him in the head, okay? This is true. He got shot in the head. I remember Keith running in the house. Keith did not go out with him that night. He went out with Dorian. Dorian came by and picked him up, which is a good thing because Cheerio literally got shot and murdered. When the policeman came to our door for another issue several months after, and I said, you know, this happened down the street. I was reporting on something that happened. It was a home invasion robbery. Our neighborhood's pretty Los Angeles. I know, Cheerio. But Cheerio came to Keith and showed him and covered up the hole. And that's how Keith knew what side of the head. Do you know what the officer said to me that came to the house to interview after we got home invasion robbery? Do you know what the officer said? The officer said, we live across the street from a huge gang, whatever, in the valley. So that's why all this is going on in our neighborhood. There's a lot of gang, I don't know what you call it, whatever they're doing. Anyway, the officer said, oh, you mean the suicide? I said, do you know what I said? I said, how did he shoot himself in the back of the head and it's a suicide? And the officer said, yeah, it's a suicide. And I'm like, it's not a suicide. He was shot in the back of the head on the left side. It's not a suicide. So even in that instance, which I understand, they're never going to catch the guy, some gangbanger whose girlfriend that this one was 20 and went and had sex with. They're never going to find the guy that shot him, but it's not a suicide. And to say it's a suicide, yeah, it was an execution for getting the girlfriend pregnant. To say it's a suicide is ridiculous. And who just does that? Who just go and by the way, I heard of another case like that from the little girl I was working with a couple of weeks ago. Her 25-year-old brother-in-law, same thing, talking to a girl, boyfriend just rolled up on him and shot him, killed him. Just like that. They think nothing of it. It's terrible. My point is, why would you call that a suicide? And how dumb do you think the public is? How dumb? And your deliberate removal and arguing of semantics in particular situations is fucking straight-faced gaslighting. Gaslighting. Cops are people first. They don't always have integrity. Oh yeah, no, but it's more than that. As I said, Officer Stacy, not like that at all. She's a homicide detective. She works for her people. She does everything she can for her people, and she's always been a good person. I'm talking even in her agency and everybody's agency and every dental office, Starbucks, 7-Eleven, wherever they have part of the blood cult known as the beast system positioned so that if people that they want to fuck with come into that scope, they have an operative there to do it. It's almost like, it's like a government operative or a CIA or a spy, whatever. But that's what they do. Hi everybody. But that's what they do. So they do that. They put them, it's a blood cult, and that's what they do. People don't believe it. Yeah, well, no, there are nice cops. There are good cops, and I know a few. I had another best friend that was a homicide detective, Terry. It was actually John's best friend. And he worked by the books. And he was smart and he was all of those things, you know, and then he quit being a cop and then he went and did line dancing and lived on a ranch. That's what he did. But my point is, they will put operatives in every single 7-Eleven, the grocery store, like I said, the makeup store. You never know who you're talking to, but you can see it in their eyes, and they really do. So when you show up there, somebody like me, whose son is there, yeah, he retired, correct. He's older. He would be John's age. He died a few years ago of cancer, but he'd be 75 right now, so he'd be older. So he retired under the age of 60, maybe in his early 50s. And then he moved to wherever and had a ranch and did line dancing. He was obsessed with line dancing. But I mean, he was in our family for years, right? And so, and he was a good person. He didn't do anything like, you know, he was by the book, and he just like Stacy, just by the book, gonna do their shit. Because that's who they are. And they're in that profession for a good reason. But the blood cult, otherwise known as Luciferians, Masons, however you want to worship, they're the same. They disperse members from all over in all echelons. If you're the little 5 and dime guy dealing drugs like in the Bronx, you may be working for them and you're thinking, oh no, that guy's not sold out. He's got nothing. He's got a shitty old car. He lives in an apartment. But for him, he's taken care of within the capacity of that, and he's on that level. So he's on that level of management. That's what happens. So if you run into him and he's a psycho, he's going to get off. That's why he gets off, because he's part of their blood. Oh, they attack anything that's with God's light. Yes. They attack anything. They attack anything. Oops. Sorry. They attack I've got to plug this in. They attack anything. So that's what happens. And people don't believe it in this society. Any threat, anything in their, in their little, I don't know, threat. Because I know it's hard for people to believe, but ask yourself this with Anthony Fauci, okay? Ask yourself, that dude wanted you to pile up with 3 Sharia law things right here. These. He wanted you to wear 3 of these. None of them fucking work. It says so right here. And this is out of Costco. Costco is mandating that you walk in with these. Hello, Costco. So they're mandating it. And right here it says not intended for medical use or to prevent any disease or illness, because it doesn't work. And then they sell the other masks. Oh, I know what he is. Oh, trust me. I can see it in his weasel eyes. He's a ferret. He's a fuck-face ferret. Oh my God. Who said that? This is an entertainment purposes only show. But anyway, they give you masks that you get from like Fashion Nova or Target, and they call it fashion masks. Fashion masks means it's not a medical mask, or they'd sell it as a freaking medical mask. They're saying it's a fashion. It's in fashion. This is your fashion. Fuck you, it's not a fashion. No, but they put it there because then you're so stupid you don't question them. Oh, God, Fauci, right? Yeah, basement, exactly. But that's what it is. It's a fashion mask. Fashion. That's what they say. Look at the A of Ventura County. He's a tiny, okay, the district attorney of Ventura. Yes, I met Eddie Van Halen many years ago in Toronto. Drinking contest in a strip club. Yep. Yes, I did. Had to be in the 80s. I'm trying to think back. Yes, I did. I did. I did. Yes. I wasn't in the drinking contest with them. I was observing the drinking contest. I had a few drinks, but I wasn't in the contest. There was a bunch of them in the contest, and they were in Toronto. And I think it's when he first married Valerie Bertinelli, if I remember correctly. 84, 85, I don't know. Somewhere around there. Right around there. Anyway, yes. Anyway, Fettuccine. Well, I'm just trying to say his name, right? Fettuccine. But, okay, yes, he leaves child rapists loose. Oh, yeah, exactly. I'm nursed with him, and he's the most definitely not of the light. Are you talking about A. Fauci? Oh, yes, Mindy, yes. Well, he's not. You can see it in his face. I don't know how people can't see this. I don't know. I don't know how they can't see it, because you can see it. Wait. Prayers, we were shooting in our community. Uh-oh. Prayers for the 21-year-old, I think, shooting in the community. I should do an Eddie Van Halen video. I haven't thought about it. But yeah, if you look at Fettuccine, you can tell what he is. He's one of Himmler's children. He's a Himmler, okay? You know what I'm saying. That's what he is. He's worked for the concentration camps, and that's what he is doing. That's what he's doing. I don't like him. I don't like anything. And when I see people like Julia Roberts, and I'm going to put her out there because she had him on a podcast, and she was like, oh, Dr. Fettuccine, you're so smart. You're protecting us all. That made me almost come unglued, and I wanted to jump out of my skin and slap her in the face for being a complete fucking fraud. However, she is a full-fledged actress with no personality of her own at all whatsoever. That's what she did. Yeah, Billy Gates too. But that's what she was doing. She was going, oh my God, we just should listen to you. We should listen to you. Okay, Julia Roberts, you overpaid mental patient. You're a mental patient. You're a mental patient. This doesn't stop anything unless, of course, you're drunk and you're going to vomit. I suppose if you put the mask on, you might not get it on whoever's driving you home, because you do have a designated driver. Oh my God, right? And Jared Kushner is very frightening for me. I haven't picked up on Tawny Katan at all. Oh, I know. Julia Roberts. I don't know what to say. I know. People used to tell me I look like Julia Roberts and I wanted to sock them one. They're like, you remind me of Julia Roberts. I'm like, but why? Whatever. No, they say the N95 doesn't work better. They say the cloth doesn't work better. They say all of that. Jared Kushner, the stare in his eyes is very frightening. Oh my God. Okay, so last night I was at dinner. Any of you guys in the Valley, I'm going to do a shout out because she's such a darling, darling, darling little restaurant owner of Big Jim's. She's darling, okay? Like super darling. And now I forget her name. Hold on here. Let me just find this. Okay. Anyway, she's darling, super darling. She owns the restaurant. It's called Big Jim's, okay? So it's in the Valley. Sorry about that. I'm in the Valley. Yeah, Big Jim's. There you are. Somebody knows it. Anyway, this is the daughter of the owner, and she's been doing it for like 25 years. She's 53. I shouldn't say her age. Anyway, thank you. I look like I dream a genie. Thank you, Barbara Eden. I'm happy with that. Ain't no Julia Roberts living in here. Okay, so because I would never gush over Anthony Fettuccine, all right? Fuck that guy. Okay, I made fettuccine for dinner. Exactly. Okay, so anyway, she runs Big Jim's, right? This poor woman was paying her employees the whole time. Some of them couldn't get, what do you call it? Whatever they give you when you, whatever, I don't know, disability or whatever they were giving you, unemployment. She pays them all. She's got to pay taxes. She's got to pay all of the shit. Health department bothers her. McDonald's comes in to try to buy out the restaurant property, underbids on it. McDonald's of all things, you know how I don't like them, underbids on it, right? She's working her ass off to get everything. Now, what is the problem? She can't, I love Jamie, she can't get people to work because they're making more money from home. She's got unemployment. Thank you. She's got a young Barbara Eden. Thank you, because she's in her 80s. But I'll settle for looking like her as I get into my 80s too. She also lost her son. She lost her son from a drug overdose. However, here's what I'm going to say. She gets people who want those parties, you know, like graduation parties and all of that. She has to hire staff to do it. She can't find the staff to do it because they want to stay home with their unemployment. What the hell is that? We're a bunch of whatever people who aren't working. What's going to happen when unemployment rolls, you know, quits or whatever, right? So, I mean, and the food is really good. So she had her husband in there cooking. She's working her ass off, and she's telling me she's doing the 7-minute workouts, right? So fun. I had the best salmon dinner there. I like salmon. John gets fettuccine. I'm kidding. John gets fajitas, shrimp, steak, and chicken. They have really good margaritas. I don't drink, but that's what I'm told. You get a salad and yummy potatoes with your dinner. Yummy. And it's all like homemade. There's no crap in it. And they used to their family owned a bunch of restaurants, you know, and they're Greek, I think. I think they're Greek because their uncle was Greek. We used to eat at their restaurant because they had this really great Greek salad. And they don't have that restaurant open anymore because he passed away. But anyway, my point is, if you're in the Valley, go to Big Jim's. It's very homey and yummy. Like, you're not going to get poisoned by the food. It's really yummy. So that is one of my favorite Big Jim's. It's called Big Jim's. It's been there for like 30 years. I mean, I've eaten in there like 30 years ago when the dad owned it. Then the daughter owned it, and she went to Burbank High School. I know I'm telling her whole life story. Anyway, absolutely really great food and very fun. I mean, it's not a fancy night out, but it's a delicious night out, and it's yummy. So I'm doing a shout out to my friends at Big Jim's because I like their food, and there's not chemicals. It's very just the way it should be. I feel healthy, you know, cooked delicious, cooked yummy. So I was very excited. Anyway, the health department was bugging them too. Wish I was close enough. Yeah. Well, if you're in the Valley, On the way to Arleta, but we'll call it Pacoima. They call it both because Pacoima sounds bad, so they call it Arleta. Anyway, getting back to Anthony Fettuccini, why doesn't somebody just grab that weasel and put him in a weasel cage and just get him out of here? He needs to go in a weasel cage. Oh, the girls are texting over here. Anyway, he's not a good person. That's what they are hunting. Yeah, I know that. Well, that's they wanted the property, but they underbid it so much. You live in Glendale. Well, if you go by off the 5 freeway, just past Sheldon, it's right there. It's on the corner of Sheldon and that. It's not the area I'm talking about. It's like literally the food. It's just that we're close by there, so it's fun to go eat there, as in the food is really good. At this point in my life, I don't have to dress up all over the place and go fancy smancy, whatever. It's fine if I do, but I want actually the food to taste really good, and I don't want to eat a bunch of crap. So that's how I am, because I'm trying not to put myself off my diet since I got to run the Grand Canyon. I don't want to get myself in trouble by being, eating whatever all the time. So there. But my point, Billy, of course he grew up around fettuccine. Of course he did, little Billy Bitch Gates. That's what we call him. Billy Bitch Gates. Oh my God, somebody is like tickling my head right now. Yeah, so yeah, the Grand Canyon, I'm going with little Maya. I've got names for everybody. Maya Papaya, I'm going to the Grand Canyon with because she's out of the Navy and she's training and I'm training, and I don't eat fast food. I just don't eat it. Like, I'm not going to eat it. Here's how well, it's really true. They say to actually, in like, I don't know, wherever, and they pray over the food. The reason that I like the idea of kosher food so much, and I'm not Jewish, but the reason I like the idea of it is the way in which they respect the process of taking the food off the planet and bringing it to the table. It's not disrespectful. In other words, the animals and whatever they're doing, the chicken, however they're doing it, right? They have the courtesy to respect the soul and to bring the soul to the table in a positive way, as if it's help feeding the human, right? As if that's what they're here to do. And so they respect it and they pray, etc. When you go to a fast food, I don't know who's doing it. I started itching. When you go to a fast food place, they're about mass marketing from some kind of chemically facilitated, no thought, no nothing, and you're putting that energy into your body. Look at food as energy. So when you feed the body, it's energy. So when I'm running, I'm actually, it's probably Keithy, but I can't. I'm itching. When I'm, okay, stop. When I'm feeding my body to go running, it's about making my body in harmony so that I'm able to do what I need to do and function. If I'm eating crap from McDonald's that's full of preservatives out of a shitty machine that they don't even cleanse, okay, I'm positive, where I don't even know how the food's been made, who prepared the food, right? So when you go to a place and you like and respect what they're doing and they are praying over it and treating things respectfully, which McDonald's does not. The FDA may approve it, the ABC, the whoever. Well, you can go vegan, but some people need meat in their diet to function. I eat fish, but I need it for me. I can't completely be plant-based, but I probably will. Yeah, I eat salmon. I hate to say it. Salmon is but I live for salmon. It's about the only thing I eat, and organic eggs. So don't eat meat. Yeah, well, I don't eat, I haven't eaten meat in 30 years. I haven't not eaten meat in 30 years. Okay. So I don't eat meat. Some people vibrate with the energy of that, right? Salmon is yucky for some. I live for salmon. When I see salmon, I'm like you could pretty much get your way with me by giving me salmon, okay? Like, that's really all I require is a salmon dinner with vegetables and potatoes and yummy salad. That's what I require. And I'll pretty much, do whatever for salmon. That's it. That's about it. So yeah, some people need meat, and sometimes you have to understand I don't eat sardines. There's a quick way to get protein into your body, and that is through like eating a piece of meat. You're not going to get it quicker, and sometimes the B vitamins in the meat, can make you salmon. I eat salmon and eggs. That's it, but not all the time. I have salmon like twice a week, and other than that, I just eat salad. I do eat chicken, but not all the time. Sometimes, and I never eat turkey anymore. Blah. I don't eat anything that looks back at me. Yeah, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. My point is, though, when you're looking at food, whatever it is you're eating, someplace like McDonald's is never going to give you the value energetically. Food has a vibration. It's vibratory. So what you put in your body is a vibration. If the vibration, cheese doesn't have a face. I know cheese is my friend, but not my ass's friend. So I had to put the cheese down because the jalapeno cheese is fucking great. Okay. So yummy. Okay. But anyway, it's so yummy. It's like jalapeno cheese. I get up in the middle of the night and I'm like, I'll just walk by and have a bite. Yes, the pepper jack. That's what it is. Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yummy cheese, right? Anyway, I can't do that. I can't do yummy cheese anymore. But you have to watch. The only thing I eat with eyes is potatoes. I don't do fast food. Occasionally I have a milkshake, but I mostly, and here's another thing. By the way, the whole time that you and I were wearing, the bondage rope thing for the government's sex play, while we all walk around like this and they turn their TVs on and fucking laugh at us, right? Or poke through, yeah, chocolate's really good, or poke through the astral level and watch us laughing because we're all wearing this shit, right? And they're just laughing at home going, what a bunch of losers. Anyway, oh my God. Now I just forgot what I was going to say. Oh, did you notice during that, I've said that 700 times. Did you notice during that time that we were all in that position that In-N-Out Burger was out? Now, if you're on the West Coast, you know what In-N-Out Burger is. Me too, salad and onions. When you know what In-N-Out Burger is, okay? In-N-Out Burger has less than 2 feet between employees. It has, it's a shack where cars drive up on either side. It's basically a coffee shack, but with burgers and fries and milkshakes. Okay. And they've got 10 people working in there, and they're always like banging into each other, right? The people working in the store. That place was open the entire lockdown. They were not 6 feet apart in any way, shape, or form. So now I know they're in on it too. Okay. They're in on it. Then you have McDonald's open. It was considered essential. But my manicurist isn't, and I'm really saying that for my mental health, I need my toes pedicured, and I'm being serious. My hairdresser wasn't, my grocery store wasn't, my restaurant where they make the soup the way that I eat it, I'm just making that up, but what if I was that person? No, but McDonald's was open. And now, let me see if I just want to see if I have this picture. In McDonald's now, okay, when you look at it, in McDonald's now, let me see if I've got this right. I snapped a picture. I think it's on the phone I'm talking on, darn it. Anyway, the McDonald's box, the French fry box, has an agenda advertising. So do you guys know what agenda advertising is? Oh my God, mealworms, I'm going to gag. Wait, anything that's promoted on Snapchat is in on it. Oh, I'm sure. Anything that's promoted on any of this is it, probably. But what I was going to say to you is McDonald's on their French fry wrappers has an agenda advertising. What is agenda advertising? Prick in the arm. Put that prick. Let it infiltrate your body. Put the foreign object in your body with the foreign subject. My body, my choice, right? But anyway, they're advertising it. What is this? I don't need that shit advertised on my food. You need to stop that. Unfortunately, no, I'm not leaving California because my family's here. So, and I can't get into Canada because they locked me out. So no, there's a problem. The majority are not. I hope they're not. I mean, I don't know if they are or not. You'll see what starts happening with it. Yeah, they are. They're putting the advertisement for the jam. Okay, the jam in your body. They're putting the advertising. Yes. Why would that be? So people should boycott that. They should boycott that company for the simple reason that they've crossed a boundary. What is the agenda of pushing this out there like that? Yeah, I don't eat their French fries anymore. I don't go through their drive-through. I really don't. That's all I'm saying. But we need a list of companies not to support. I have to put one together, actually. McDonald's is top on the fucking list. Top on the list, okay? Aw, in 86 in a house fire. I'm sorry. Yeah, top of the list. I mean, people, they're still saying it. They're still saying it. You know, this is the thing. If you're going to tell me that I'm not concerned for your health, I'm not concerned for your health. You're a grown up. You can take care of your own health. That's true. If you're going to call me selfish, yes, you're fucking right. I'm selfish. I'm going to do what I want for me, what's best for my own health. You want to say that I'm causing other people to get sick? Go ahead and say it. I don't care. Good on me then that I'm that powerful that I'm making the whole world sick. And you want me to put this fake thing on my face that does nothing. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, I stopped eating it years ago too. It's not good. So yeah, I'm not going to do it. But you know, you heard now they're going to start asking you, do you have the prick when you go into the stores? Because Walmart, Costco, all of that, they're going to ask you if you have it. If you have the jab, you know, the prick, you don't have to wear your thing in the store. So let's all just go, yeah, sure, whatever you say. Peace out. Exactly. Well, that's why they're going to keep doing it. I know. It's just, why are we doing this? Oh my God. Okay, I went on another rant. All right. Been going to Walmart. Yeah, Walmart. Sloan, come to South to do a frosting shot. I don't know what that is. I'm afraid, but okay. Sounds yummy, I think. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys. I'm going to edit my other video, and now I'm getting ready to go get my yummy dinner. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my yummy dinner. Don't know where I'm going to get it tonight. No, I'm going to cook it because I'm starving. Okay, Mindy, happy birthday. Wait, which Mindy? Whose birthday? Hospitals and doctors are asking for it. I'm not going. Yeah, I mean, well, medical disclosure, they got to watch. Why are people doing this? Who are these fucking people? So, oh, it's yours, Mindy. Happy birthday. Oh my God, I thought that was you. I'm like, wait, which Mindy? Happy birthday, Mindy. Cake for Mindy tonight. Okay, I started eating salmon. I love salmon. I'm sorry. I'm a total salmon slut. That's what I am. I think people, like, if you have a job and they say, did you get this? I would turn around and say, I don't know why it's your business. Do you want to see how I went to the bathroom too? I mean, you want to see my tampon? I don't know what to say to them, but it's completely wrong what they're doing. You should not be, my lipstick. You should not be asking a Taurus. Mindy's a Taurus. Taurus. Like Ferdinand the bull, little Ferdinand in the field sniffing flowers and drinking coffee, right? It's none of their business. It's none of their business. You should say, why are you asking me that? Is it your business? Is it your fucking business what I do medically? Is it your business? Fuck off. And even if you work and get a paycheck, nowhere on planet Earth is it their business. It's not their business. They need to be told this. It's so aggravating. People stand up. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't. Well, no, they can't, but they do. You hear people, they're like, well, I had to get it for work. Why? Why did you have to get it for work? Says who? They're not in charge of you. I know what it is. It's totally, when their hair falls out, they're going to be totally pissed off. Oh, I got to stop ranting. I'm going to edit my astrology video, y'all. Check back later for it. Okay, bye, you guys. Peace out. Peace out, not from Julia Roberts. No peace to her till she recants her interview with Anthony Fettuccini and her hypocritical lies about his fakery. Yeah, okay. Peace out.